Well guys, I really hope that you enjoyed those shots. They were all taken with the new DJI RS3, which I'm super impressed with. And if you want to see more of that type of content, it's like more cinematic and more personal and other stuff that I do outside from YouTube, jump over to my Instagram. The link's in the description. Follow me there. I put tons of content over there. And for now, that's it. But let's jump into the real review of the new DJI RS3.
Chivo, please look at this. Look at this. Bye. And I thought the DJI RSC2 couldn't be improved. DJI proved me wrong again. This is the RS3. And let's find out why this thing is amazing. We're recording today the review both of the RS3 and the RS3 Pro, which by the way Chivo is currently using. And I'm feeling like I'm saying the same over again, but it's how I feel. I think it was quite difficult to improve the previous models, both the RSC2 and the RS2, because they are already great. So what has DJI done? Well, they've listened to us, they saw what we demand, and they've introduced a few user experience settings that are quite amazing. And this video is to show you how they impact on my life.
You say everything, everything's just perfect. Everything's fine. You say everything, everything's just perfect. Everything's fine. From day to day.
I'm pretty sure 99% of the reviews are gonna be starting with this amazing feature. And as you've seen, I just turned off the RS3 and it just fully locked, which means all the buttons, everything is locked. And this is particularly helpful, especially for us that we're constantly running, changing places where we're filming, or if you're, for example, at a wedding, at an event, you gotta be quick. Until now, all that happened when you turned it off is that you had to manually close every single button, every single piece, or you just were left with the Ronin going like crazy, right? Right now it's fixed, so I just press the button and I'm ready to go. Another interesting thing is that DJI has put Bluetooth inside the Ronins, or the RS3 and the RS3 Pro in this case. This is really interesting because right now, when you're, for example, filming something, you gotta change hands, press the rec button, get back, and then film, right? But this way, you can use the rec button on the Ronin and your camera will start working. And no complicated cables and connections and stuff, just Bluetooth. This saves me so much time. You see this fine-tune knob right there? It may be nonsense to many of you, but I'm glad it actually is there. I mean, I didn't know I needed it until now, where I just think I cannot live without it. No, just kidding, you can live without it. But you know, those times when you have already balanced everything and you're missing that tiny little bit, well, with this knob you can be very sensitive and give it the final perfect position. So it's quite helpful. I'm happy with it. Now let's talk about the numbers, because I know you're interested in, right? 1.3 kilograms of weight, which is exactly the same as the RSC2, plus a payload of 3.5 kilograms, which almost all full-frame camera lenses with a regular lens, I mean with the 24-70 and the A7S III, it will work. So it does completely the job, and yeah, it's not too heavy. What about the battery? 3000 amps hour, it holds up to 12 hours, which means that pretty much on every single project in a day that I have, this thing will survive. There's one thing that DJI says, that they have improved the algorithm, and overall now the motors are a 20% more efficient and stronger. You see this screen right here? You know it's bigger. It's a color LED display, 1.8 inch, which is pretty nice. I mean, I don't really care too much about these screens and all that, but I do acknowledge that they work very good and it's nice to have. You see this button switch right there? It's actually the thing that I like the most about this new gimbals, and it's the pan follow, the pan follow, and the FPV, which by the way is customizable. This means that you can put at that setting whatever you want, like the 360 inception and all the other modes. And it's very nice because sometimes those M modes, that button on the RS2 and the RSC2, it sometimes didn't work well. Then you had to connect the app and then, you know, switch the mode. So this is pretty easy, and you can adjust everything inside the screen with a button and dedicatedly do what the you want. You see this? This is the back of the combo, which is pretty nice. I think it's a little bit bigger than the previous version. It only has one zip. It still has two compartments inside, but just one zip, which makes it overall easier. And the combo has also, for example, look at this Chivo, the Raven Eye and the focus motor. As I said on the RS3 Pro, we're gonna do an extra video on that, which means that I'm not gonna get into much detail about this because this is a little bit more pro and complicated. But the good thing is, of course, you have a nice image transmission system that works with the RS3, and somebody else can watch what you're recording. What's this, Chivo? This is the grip that I personally like pretty much because it's super easy to set up like this, right? And then you go to the side of the Ronin. I don't know if you can see this. You can attach this very easily. Okay. And all of a sudden, included in the bundle, we have ta-da-da-da! How do you like this? This is really helpful, especially for maintaining the balance a little bit better. And if you go into the pan follow mode, like this, you center this. Look at how easy. You can do this briefcase shot, you can do low shots, and I can film your beautiful shoes, Chivo. So I'm pretty happy with this handle included, and I don't know, I like it. Let me be honest with you. The best gimbal for you is the one that suits your needs best. What do I mean with this? If your camera and lens can be handled by the RS3, it's more than enough. It's the best possible gimbal. And the RS3 Pro, for being more expensive and bigger, does not mean that it's a better gimbal. In fact, I do prefer the RS3 for my type of jobs all the way. So this is not just paying more, getting better quality. I think you understand this, right? And at the end of the day, this gimbal is 200 grams less, about half a pound or so, which means that your arms are gonna notice. So think a little bit about your health, about your arm, and you can also save some money. So to answer the question that I just said in the beginning of this video, yes, the RS3 is an enhancement of the RS2, which I thought would never happen. And yes, if I wouldn't have a gimbal, I would definitely recommend going for this one. If you already have the RSC2, you can think of it. Nothing really else to say, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. DJI has made a great job. Always remember to keep calm and talk to UAV.